So, guys, I've been hearing a lot about Jojolands, the ninth part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I heard that the new manga just came out, but I don't really know anything much about it. I haven't looked too much into it. I just heard that it's called Jojolands. We're gonna go look at some of these leaks that we see. Harishko Haraki. Oh, that's a Araki. Is this the new stand mechanism? Is this gonna be the new stand in JoJo? What? That looks weird. Looks like some robot. Yeah, I heard that the new manga is actually out. I don't know if it's out, but people are reading it already. This is the main character. It looks like kind of looks like a mix of Jolene, kinda Still Ball Run, all that stuff, soft and wet, all the parts put together. So I don't know what JoJo Lands is about. Um, I know that guy's probably gonna be the main character. I don't know who it is, but we're gonna look more into it. So let's go down here. Let's see this JoJo Wiki. Let's see what JoJo Lands is about. This is a story about how a boy got filthy rich in the subtropical islands. Not humble enough for you? Too bad, because it's definitely going to get my hands on it. JoJo Lands is the ninth part of JoJo Bizarre Adventure. It was announced in September 2021 issue of Ultra Jump on August 19th, 2021. It began serialization in March 2023 issue on February 17th, 2023. So I guess the first issue just came out. JoJo Lands represents the third part of the series set in the second continuity. Summary. The story is set in Hawaii. The protagonist himself, Jodio Joestar, that's his name, looks like, presents his story as the story of how he will become rich as we see him on a boat looking at a volcanic eruption. The plot begins on a road to Oahu. So is this in Hawaii or something? When two police officers stop to pick up the truck for a routine control, two youths inside, seemingly two ordinary people, pretty women and young boy Jodio, one of the policemen eyeing the woman, decides to arrest her and molest her under the pretense of searching her. To his surprise, his discovers is she is actually a man. Wait, what? It starts off this crazy? Bro, they're going over the top with this now. But that only arouses him more. Wait, what? What am I reading right now? The younger boy then suddenly comes out of the car to defend his big brother. The siblings proceed to take the respective stands to defeat the policeman, then burn down the patrol car to get rid of the evidence, and finally complete the drug deal to the local gangsters. That's crazy. The young boy Jodio presents himself and his family, notably his big brother Dragona, Joestar, who looks at and acts like a woman. That's crazy. He also presents his family ties to the Joestar family and on his outlook of life. One day, Jodio completes a drug sale with an obnoxious senior in narration. Jodio explains his outlook on life based on the concept of mechanisms and a dream to become rich. The same day, Jodio and Dragona and another petty thief stand user, Paco named Paco Labrintis, meet with their boss, Meryl May Key. Meryl tells them to loan Japanese tourist has come to Hawaii and a precious diamond to their possession. She asks the group to steal it. Surprisingly, Meryl assigns the fourth member to the group, which turns out to be Jodio Sr. from the earlier. So these are all the characters they have in stands. So we got the main protagonist, Jodio Joestar, ally Dragona Joestar. So his stand is called November Rain. Smooth Operators. Paco Libertus, The Hustle. Jodio Sr. They don't know those. So basically, that's the information we got so far, guys, of the new Jojolands. Steel Ball Run had already planned out their general outlines to each part up to part 9 when asked about the country, Northern Europe, blah blah blah, part 9. Chapter 1, the Jojolands. Mechanism. Mechanism is the first chapter of Jojolands and the 950th and the 958th chapter of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So this is the first book, it looks like. Why does it show all the stands in Jojolands? That's kind of weird. Some manga artist describes how stands are invisible powers that have different forms, shapes, and have always existed. Oh, this is going to go through everything? So they talk about the old Joestars, it looks like. Thus, the new adventure, all blah blah blah, shapes and always existed everywhere. Thus, a new adventure begins. Although it may sound like a joke, this is a story of a named Jodio Joestar becoming rich in the subtropical islands on Oahu, Hawaii. So it takes place in Hawaii. Police officers stop two teenagers blasting music in a pickup truck in front of them. One cop asks them to turn their music off, but the driver, confused as to why he's been pulled over. The cop mentions that he's been driving unsteadily, demands to see their license and registration. The driver asks their passenger Jodio to confirm whether they are driving unsteady since the straight road, but Jodio quips and was probably because they got excited while listening to Dia Lupa. The offers Dua Lipa. The officer is unamused while the teenagers laugh and ask them how old Jodio is. The driver reveals Jodio is their younger brother and that he's 15 years old, whereas that they are 18 years old. The cop accuses them of stealing a pickup truck and claims that their parents' vehicle. They complain about the cops being too close because he could have the coronavirus. Wait, what? The new JoJo's is adding like references to today's world. Annoyed at the cop forces the driver out of the truck, performs a pat down accusing them of having drugs. He starts harassing the driver and puts his hand into their underwear, claiming that the women have more hiding places than men. However, as he feels there's something there, he realizes the driver is not simply a woman. After the cop states that he's even more aroused now, Jodio exits from the car and walks toward the officer. The other officer yells at Jodio to stop, but Jodio ignores him and threatens the officer to take his hands off his big brother, or else he'll kill him. The officers point their guns at Jodio, while his brother yells at them to stop. He's only a minor. Suddenly, the officer behind Jodio is pinned to the ground by rain droplets due to Jodio's stand. Just before the other officer fires at Jodio, Jodio's older brother uses their stand to slide the officer's eyes off the back of their head, throwing off his arm. Jodio attacks the officer with raindrops as well, crushing him, and continuously stomp on the cop before the brother stops him, calming him down so that Jodio doesn't kill the man. Jodio then burns the officer's body cameras and dashboard camera along with their car, that the officers would have no evidence to go after them. Moreover, it's revealed that they actually did steal the truck, as the brother uses a stand to change the numbers on the truck's license plate to get rid of the fake license. They hug Jodio, happy about what he did, and then they drive the gang's red and devious, point to the gang members, retrieve the drugs that the Jodio and his brother smuggled. Within surfboards, one of the members praises them for doing well, but the reprimands them from being late. He also asked them if they heard about the police car being burned down, but Jodio and his brother pretend to be ignorant, and they walk to the major league called the major road and then call the Uber to go. I can't. All right. Jodio has an internal monologue about his Dragona's mother, Barbara Ann Joestar. Barbara Ann gets up early in the morning, runs to the washing machine, gets dressed, makes breakfast, gives a morning kiss, family, blah, blah, blah. Daniel K. International Airport. Everyone in his neighborhood loves Barbara Ann and helps her out. She is able to commute to the airport every day because she's sons protect the scenes of the gang business. Jodio reveals that his older brother's name is Dragona Joestar. Joestar? Oh, yeah. That Dragona always jogs to the coast when they get only to eat watermelon and breakfast. They love girl-like fashion and works at a fashion boutique Kalili, called an Iko Iko. Jodio means that he's swelling Dragona's chest due to the cosmetic injections, which is partly why they appear feminine. The family tree is revealed, showing Barbara Ann is one of the daughters of Joseph Joestar. Susie Q, due to the complications between Barbara Ann and her husband, she has been raising children alone. While Jodio is headed to McKinley High School, the upperclassman, blah blah blah, asks him if he brought stuff he wanted. Suddenly, Jodio pushes him off to the seat and makes a scene asking the boy is messing with him. Jodio Sr. is confused, but he leaves the bus. Jodio calls him to apologize, takes his money to the boy's pocket, gives him directions where to go. A different teenager wearing a hat riding an electric scooter then tells the student that the drugs are deep inside the nearby rain gutter. Meanwhile, Jodio continues to monologue that he does not go to school to learn to make friends, rather it is simply a mechanism, something that will eventually bring him wealth. When Jodio was 11, someone from the neighborhood invited him to be gopher for their gang, as he carried out the job efficiently in gang recognition and trust. So this is basically reading the first part, guys. Later that day, Jodio and Dragona and the teenager wearing a hat, who revealed as the name of Paco Lambronis, are summoned by their boss, Meryl May Key, to the fashion boutique Iko Iko. Paco is 19 years old, kleptomaniac, and still in high school. And piece of his left ear was bitten off by his father. What is this, Mike Tyson? Paco attempts to steal from one of the customers. Dragona stops him by grabbing his ear and sliding it with their stand. Meryl announces to shop's customers that they will be closing early that day. Not only is she the gang boss, but also the school principal and that proprietress of the Iko Iko fashion boutique. She orders the 3 gang members to turn off their phones before showing them her phone. On the screen is a natural 24-karat blue diamond worth $6 million. It is owned by a Japanese tourist who owns a villa on the big island in Hawaii, who is planned there for 12 more days. Their group will be getting 2% split altogether, while Meryl gets 18 cut after they sell the diamond to the black market. She also informs that they will be going as a team of 4, revealing that she brought an upperclassman who Jodio and Paco had sold drugs earlier. Jodio and Paco insist that bringing on customer drug dealing is a bad idea, but Meryl guarantees that the student will be useful for them. So these are all the characters in the so those are the rapists, the Ahu police officers. Dragona Joestar, she's like kind of like a transgender in a way. Jodio Joestar is the main character. These are brother and sister. They both have stands. These are the Hawaii gangster, Barbara Ann Joestar. Flashback, Jodio Sr. Joseph Joestar. Who's that? Holly Joestar Kira. Yoshikage Kira. Oh, and they show all the stands so far. Well, that's the new stand, November Rain and Smooth Operator. Let's check them out. So we already know about all these stands, guys. These are from basically the last 2 parts and last 3 parts of JoJo. Stone Ocean, Still Ball Run. Part 5 too, actually. Gold Experience and stuff. So let's check out November Rain. What's this guy all about? What's his abilities? So this is the new stand, guys. November Rain. November Rain is the stand of Jodio Joestar, featured in the 9th part. Featured in the 9th part of Jojolands. Its ability to crush people with the drops of rain it produces. It's an artificial humanoid stand with a humanoid head and muscular torso attached to a downward pointing coin. Its face and neck are heavily creased and lines covering the center of the face. It has light concave plate of armor covering the center of the face, serrated on the top of its head. The armor is curved inward, and its eyes and neck have to leave them exposed, giving November Rain an angry expression. The armor also has a slit on each side below its eyes, small holes beneath the slits of its chin, and a single hole on its forehead. Oval-shaped armor covers each side of its head, split into three pieces. The irises of its eyes are split by vertical lines. Oh, I see, I see. November Rain's torso is plain but like feather-like appendages project from the cone of the stomach. The cone itself grooved horizontally, splitting into four parts. It bears two congruent triangles connected to each other that are split between dark and bright half, matching the symbol on Jodio's outfit. Finally, November Rain possesses four legs, four long thin legs, with two emerging from the front out of the shoulders, and then the other two from the back. Each leg articulated with ball joints, and its front legs are thicker than the back. All right, so its ability. So, what is this based on weather forecast? A little bit. It looks like heavy rain. November Rain is able to produce localized rain in small drops, which are unusually heavy. When the drops touch someone, they are heavy. They dig into victim's skin enough. To the victim's skin, enough of them are able to completely crush a human. So he did that to the cop in the first chapter. So that's all the abilities we know so far for that one. We could check out Smooth Operator real quick. What Smooth Operator's about? Ooh, okay. Is a stand of Dragona Joestar, featured in the 9th part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure series. All right, so it looks like Smooth Operators is multiple stands, kind of like 6 bullets or whatever it's called. It is a colony of small stands which can grab and displace anything. So basically, you can grab your eyes and put it on the back of your head, just like those cops or something. Okay, Smooth Operator's appearance. Smooth Operator is based off that song, Smooth Operator. All right, I don't want to get copyright. The Smooth Operators are a group of at least 4 small-like robot stands. Each operator has the appearance of a small robot with humanoid top and tank threads instead of legs. Their heads have oblong shape with curved corners, with a front part elongated like a nose. They have 2 mechanical eyes protruding from their top of their heads. Their shoulders are cylinders and their arms are artificial articulans. Finally, each operator has stylized so that looks like a numeral 9 engraved on the top of their head. So this is their ability, displacement. Smooth Operators is able to move objects by grabbing them and then pushing or pulling in any direction, regardless of whether said object was fixed in a place beforehand. For instance, they are able to pull the numbers from the car's license plate, exchange the photos from the driver's license card, and even displace the eyes from someone's face, pulling them down until they are placed on the cheek. Objects and people don't get damaged due to the displacement. Dragona's abilities seem to be triggered through the touch, as they need to touch objects they want to displace in order to affect them. So that you can see it getting displaced right there. We could see some of the manga art if you guys want to see. Oh, so there's Dragona. I was being a freak. Okay, I see. I want to see Dragona. What does she look like? I mean, what does he look like? Dragona, Joestar. Oh, so it's Jodio's older brother. He's a femboy, bro. Oh yeah, this is where he displaces his eyes. Is this when they get pulled over? I don't know. This is kind of weird looking. I just check. Jodio Joestar. I want to see Jodio. So that's Jojolands. Alright, we got all that. Let's see. Where's Jodio Joestar? Oh, as a descent. She's part of the Joestar family. Okay. Smooth operators. We already know what she's all about, so. I'll go to mechanism real quick, guys. Back here so I can find. That's the cover of mechanism. It shows all the stands from the old universe and the new universe. Alright, Jodio Joestar. What is this guy? This guy looks bad. He kind of looks sick. Kind of looks a little bit like Jorno. He's only 15. November Rain. Let's see November Rain. Is there any more pictures of November Rain? Just only one? Pretty cool. It's the only one I see so far. Maybe, oh, right here. That's its ability, the heavy rain. Oh yeah, that's sick. It feels weird because he's huge. It's like mechanical, bro. It reminds me of something out of like Dishonored or something, you know? But yeah, guys, that's basically the first chapter of Jojolands. We basically covered everything for the first chapter. That's all we know so far. So yeah, that's pretty much going to do it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'm so excited for them to animate this in like 5 or 6 years. So yeah, have a good one, guys. And hey, I might get the manga one of these days. We'll see. We'll have to see. I kind of want to watch JoJo now. All right, guys, have a good one. And I'll see you guys in Jojolands. Peace.